This year, we did something really neat. We set out to locate high school students who had participated with Spread the Word Nevada during their elementary school years. We hope to learn that our books, which are your books, made the impact that we had described. Well, during this journey, we had the absolute delight of meeting Veronica Cortez, who is now a senior attending Rancho High School. She began her Kids to Kids library of books when Spread the Word Nevada adopted C.P. Squires Elementary School. Veronica was a second grader at the time. Not only did she amaze us with her gentle spirit, but she has inspired us as well. We would like for you to meet this beautiful young woman who represents the power of hard work and the magical impact of books. I would like for you to welcome Miss Veronica Cortez. Now, Veronica is being escorted to the stage by one of our treasured volunteers, who has also become one of Veronica's friends and mentors. And I'd like for you to greet Miss Dina Salas as well.
Hello, my name is Veronica Cortez, and I am a senior at Rancho High School. I have grown up with Kids to Kids, and I was invited here tonight to share my story. When I was a second grader attending C.P. Squires Elementary, Spread the Word Nevada started delivering books to our school. I still remember the day when we received our bag, and I selected my first 5 books. I attended the kickoff assembly, and then I was given a bag and told that I could select 5 books. I didn't really understand. Finally, I asked the question, do I have to return these books? And when I learned that the books were mine to keep forever, I can't even describe how excited I was. Even as a second grader, I loved to read, but we had only a few books at home. The Kids to Kids books were so important to me. I read them to my little brother and sister, and I even read them to my mother to teach her to read and speak English. My mother worked in housekeeping at one of the local hotels, and she needed to understand key words and phrases in order to greet guests and do her work. So you can see that my books were special to my entire family. Each month, when I selected another book, I was so excited. I would read the back of the books to make sure that each story was just what I wanted. Even through 5th grade, I loved each new book, and I couldn't wait to get another. I kept my books in the Kids to Kids storage bag until they wouldn't fit anymore, and then I moved my books to a shelf in my bedroom. I still have the bag, actually. Here it is. My bookshelf became the neighborhood library with the other kids, and they would bring their books over, and we all traded them back and forth. It was really neat. I also traded many of my books at school when I was finished with them, but I did keep some that were very special to me. I want to share a little more about myself, and it will help you understand why my books were so important to me. Yes, I love to read, and the stories took me to faraway places. I love the mythology stories and the fairy tales and folk tales. I felt like I was learning about the different cultures, and each story was a whole new adventure. I was also very shy, and as my brother and sister grew older, and they had their own friends, the characters in the books became my new friends and playmates. I must also share with you that as a child, I stuttered. That is probably why I was so quiet and shy. The other kids couldn't understand me well, and they looked at me funny when I spoke. It was easier to just stay quiet. I tell you this because I used my Kids to Kids books to practice reading and speaking aloud. This practice eventually helped me not to stutter. I still have to pause and think about my words, but as you can tell, I'm doing pretty well. I've loved reading my books, and although I know that they help me become a better reader, and in turn, a better student. I always liked school and learning new things, and having my books at home enabled me to have books to practice with. I was always a top reader in my class, and I can remember that in 5th grade, I was the only student to read enough books to completely fill in the reading chart that my teacher had as a contest. This made me feel so proud. I've learned so many things through my reading, and in fact, books have guided me to my chosen career. I love art and photography, and I plan to attend college and study to become an art teacher or a photographer. I know that it is within my reach because last year the photograph I entered into the Clark County School District Art Contest took 3rd place. I was very proud of myself, but my parents were also very proud of me as well. You see, my parents weren't able to finish high school, as they had to work to help support their families. But they think education is very important. They have encouraged me and my brother and sisters to graduate from high school and attend college. I would like for you to meet my parents who are celebrating this event with me. Mom and Dad, would you please stand up? Today, I read mainly to learn about new art and photography techniques and styles. This year, as a senior, I am excited to be able to take additional art classes and even take Russian, as I have several elective classes available to me. I'm going to work with the counselor at school to help with college applications and scholarships. As I say goodnight, I just wanted to thank you for the books you provided to me and my family that have been so important to us all. I know that this is true for all the children you serve. Please continue your work and make the Kids to Kids books available to even more students, for I can speak from my own experience. They are making such a difference. Thank you and good night.